Hey, yo, 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 what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is. As you come in here, hit that like button and man, let's get it. Whew, okay, so we starting with the early morning show today. We got a couple of things going on in Atlanta's hip hop scene that I wanted to address, man. There's a couple of things out there I wanted to talk about. So, man, let's talk about them. The biggest thing being Lul Tim, man. We're going to talk about Lul Tim's situation, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things going on in Atlanta hip hop right now. That's wild. Even though Lul Tim is not from Atlanta, I know he's from Savannah, but man, dude has been in the news too much not to at least touch on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, as you come in here, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, you already know what it is, man. All right, I'm going to look at the chat just a little bit here. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all hear your boy speaking, man, because I'm going to really get into the ism in a second, man. We're going to get to the ism, you know what I mean? And I want to talk about some really crazy topics, man. One of these stories, I'm already put out the trigger warning, man. It's crazy. It's a rapper, his girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? It goes down, man. It's a wild story, and it looks like, man, it had a tragic ending down there in Atlanta. Now, before that, though, we're going to talk about this wild car chase that this rapper went on in Atlanta. And, dude, it seems like, man, he ended up crashing out and hurting some people, and it's wild because it's getting his name all over the blog sites, man. You might see his mugshot right there, but, dude, is getting out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, too. And, man, I'm looking for all my chat warriors, man, all the cats who are always in the chat talking this good stuff, man, getting a little bit of this ism from your boy. You know what I mean? Now, let me do some shout outs. Man, let's see. Okay, we got Michigan in the house. What's up, Michigan? Yeah, man. That's what's up. Your boy Big Man in the house. All right. We can hear you. All right. Good. Looks like we all good to go, man. Now, man, it's been a rather slow week in hip hop. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I've been dropping videos every day. I've been putting it out there, you know, like as far as content, making sure that we get everything out there as far as news or whatnot. And the biggest stories we had lately was the whole Nas situation yesterday. So if you guys ain't get a chance, check that video out where Nas's close associate, a man by the name of Taheem Bryant, man. Taheem Bryant, it looks like he ended up, you know what I mean, losing his life up there in New York City in the Queens area, where Nas is from. You know what I mean? So, dude, man, he took a whole different path than Nas, and I don't want to spoil the video. So later on, man, if you get a chance, check that video out. That's one of the biggest stories going right now, besides the three stories I'm going to talk about right in a second. And these three stories are specifically about the Georgia, Atlanta hip hop. You know what I'm saying? What's going on down there as far as crime and stuff. Because you know your boy be bringing the wildest stories on the web, no doubt. Ain't nobody can tell me no different, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what's up. We opening up this Saturday morning with a bang. We're going to talk about some of this realness or this craziness that's going on in this hip hop game. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me too, man. So that way I can make sure it goes up in the algorithm. What did my man, Poor Man Podcast be saying? I listen to dudes sometimes. Do the help a brother out special, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and man, let's keep this thing moving and booming, man. All right, man. Now that we got that out of the way, we done did our introductions, man. Let's actually comb over what we gonna talk about today. So the first story I wanted to talk about was an Atlanta rapper, and his name is, man, what's the dude's name? His name is Paperlove. Now, I'm not familiar with Paperlove, but it looks like Paperlove was out here wilding out, man. So he was in a car crash that ended up getting some people hurt, right? Now, after that, we're gonna talk about this whole Lul Tim situation, man. Now, this is probably going to take up the most time because there's a lot of people who've chimed in on this. You've had Whack 100 talk about this recently. You had Big U talk about this recently. You had a lot of people talk about this situation. Even the rapper I don't mention or whatever, but it's wild to say the least, man. And it's got Lul Tim's name out there trending, to be real with you. His name was trending pretty much most of the week because of how crazy the news was about him linking up with somebody who a lot of people consider is a rat. You know what I mean? People think dude is a straight up snitch. So why in the world would Lul Tim work with him is what most of the street dudes thinking. But it's the music industry, man, and money talks. Lul Tim has put himself out there as a rapper, so he obviously wants to get out there and get his rap grind on. But Did he really finesse everybody? Now we gonna get into that, and after that we gonna talk about this Germ story. Now, some of you might not know, or if you're in the Atlanta area, you probably got an understanding of what went down here. This is a crazy story and should be used as a cautionary tale for everybody out there, man, because this rapper by the name of Germ, dude, man, his girlfriend, he's seen her getting abducted. Now, I got my issues with that when we get to that part of it, because I don't get all that, seeing my girlfriend get abducted type thing, man. But it had a tragic end, man. Sad story, horrible situation, man. And another one of those wild things going down there in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Now, let me do a couple more shout outs, and then we going to get to the getting. You know what I mean? Everybody, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that help a brother out special. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And share it if you get a chance, man, before we get into the content. Now, let's dig in the chat and see where else we from in here. Where else we from? Germ was with Suicide Boys. Oh, for real? He was with them cats? Out of Memphis or Tennessee, man, the ones who got sued by 3-6 Mafia? I ain't know that, man. I wasn't too familiar with dude. Kendrick Kaloy, he dropping mad rat emojis, you know what I mean? Letting it be known. Don't put dirt on Cuz name. Yo, I don't know. Yeah. You talking about Lul Tim if you saying Cuz, right? I don't know, man. I don't have nothing bad really to say about Lul Tim except for how the King Von thing had happened. And I've been split on that since it happened, because if you know what I'm saying? And if it is what it is in those situations, it's horrible because King Von was that dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to rep for him, but it is what it is, man. And you got to kind of move on. Now, Quando Rondo's rap career has taken a crazy hit since that situation. It seems like with that situation, Quando Rondo's career is just, it's all but vanished, you know what I'm saying? Horrible to say because, man, all of that was avoidable. I'll say that, man. Mark Jones going wild with the rat and the cheese emojis. I see you, dog. Yo, YouTube Disciple Gang League. Yo, I see you, man. I know you always on the regular, man. All right. Washington, D.C. in the house. Northeast D.C. All right, man. In the house. That's what's up. What up, Noel Pena? What up, Dave Leonard? All right, man. I'll be sitting here doing shout outs all day, man, if I keep this up, man. If you want me to talk about something or something jumps into your mind, you want me to jump on real quick, make sure you super chat it in. And I'll jump right on it, man. I'll stop full stream and I'll go right in and attack whatever you say. But, man, let's get into the topics of discussion. So first, man, let's talk about Paperlove. So, man, let's actually bring up the article about Paperlove that actually had me cracking up, man. I got a horrible sense of humor, man. I got a hood sense of humor. So when cats do wild stuff, sometimes I should be feeling shocked, but really I be laughing, man. Laughing, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real laughing about the situation. So let's actually look at that real quick. All right, so Paperlove, man. This is the story about Paperlove that I took from the local news there, and we're going to scan that, right? Now, it starts off, the headline says, Atlanta rapper identified as suspect involved in chase, crash on Georgia 400. So on, I guess, Route 400 or whatnot. Now, it says this. It says, Sandy Springs police say a man is in custody after he crashed into police cars during a chase on Georgia 400 near Interstate 285. So he was riding on 285, wildin', man. Now, everybody is saying this is the rapper Paperlove. And I'm not familiar with Paperlove. I'm going to keep it real, man. There's so many rappers jumping out of Atlanta that's just bubbling and busting on the scene that it's hard to keep up. I'm going to keep it real, man. Even though it's my job to keep up, I do a really good job of making sure that I keep tuned into the streets and plugged into what's hot. But, man, it be dudes popping up everywhere, like every other day, man. And then I build profiles on them and, I keep my notes and stuff like that and just keep up with them. But Paperlove just jumped up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? For me, at least. For some of y'all, especially if you're in Atlanta, I know I got a huge Atlanta following. You already know. You know what I mean? Well, the story continues by this. It says, a department spokesman said Sandy Springs police were assisting Atlanta police with trying to take a shooting suspect into custody. As police attempted to stop the suspect on 400 southbound near Hammond Drive, he collided with two patrol cars that were trying to box them in, according to the officers. So I guess he was just going all out, man. He hit the gas, all gas, no brakes on him, man, and said, forget it. We gonna try to beat the. I don't know, man. It seems like people lately, especially with the rise of all these super fast cars like the Hellcats, the SRTs or whatever got a Hemi in it. Man, people be willing to try to do the race for real out here. Now I gotta be responsible. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that because you're putting other people's lives in danger. That's on the road. So don't do that, man. Don't try to take out, man. Once you see the blue and the blue and reds, man, go ahead, pull it over and let it be on, man, because you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Now it continues by saying police said the man was armed but taken into custody after a brief struggle. The officers had minor injuries. One of the cars had a canine inside, but the dog was not injured during the crash. See, that's a tricky situation, man, because you got to remember a canine is an officer, man. So if something would have happened to that dog, he would have been in a world of trouble, man. You don't want those kind of problems. You know what I mean? Now, Channel 2 Action News learned the suspect's name is Ibiza Dur. So Ibiza Dur. So Ibiza like the country and Dur. But also known as Paperlove. Paperlove, and he spells it with 2 E's at the end. Police told Channel 2's Audrey Washington that he will face charges in both Atlanta and Sandy Springs. Washington checked the rapper's Instagram page, which indicated that Friday was his 25th birthday. Okay, so that he was 25 on Friday. And then they have his mugshot right here for everybody to see. Now, to be real, man, he looks like most people, in the rap game right now, man. He got the same hairdo that everybody got. Looked like he got some golds, tattoo on the neck, tattoo on the face. Dude looked like he really about that life. Now, the story concludes by saying this. It said police said Dur was involved in a shooting on 2070 Allison Court Southwest in May. I do know, this is in quotes, I do know that this person was shot multiple times by Dur. Sergeant Salvador Ortega with the Sandy Springs police said. Police have been searching for Dur for weeks. So basically, Paperlove, they were looking for him for weeks before they actually caught up to him, man. And when they caught up to him, he tried to get out on him, man. And it didn't work because he ended up crashing and getting arrested anyways. But this officer Ortega said this as well. He said one of his officers was being checked out of the hospital for a head injury, but he is expected to be released from the hospital Friday night. My bad, y'all. You know what I mean? Channel Action News photographer captured the moment. Police took the suspect into custody. Now, this looks like they put this on their social media page. Let's see if this plays. That was real short. But regardless, man, that was them taking Paperlove into custody. And they're saying that Paperlove actually shot somebody, man, which is wild, man. Wild, yo. They're saying he actually caught one out here. So Paperlove got taken into custody, and I think, man, as far as everything is concerned, he's looking at some hefty charges, especially when you have to incorporate the fact that he's going to catch charges in Sandy Springs and in Atlanta. Now, I don't know what kind of lawyer he has. Sometimes they can get those things to run concurrently, you know what I mean? Or, innocent until proven guilty. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it's a wild situation, to say the least, man. It's a wild situation, man. Dude said he was going to get out on him, man. And, part of me is like, man, that's not the right thing to do. Then another part of me is like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get it how you live sometimes, Now, the other story that I wanted to talk about, let me look at the chat for a second, man. I don't know if any of you are even familiar with Paperlove or anything like that. You know what I mean? I doubt it. All right, man. No super chat. So, all right, we're going to move on to the next subject then, man. So the next subject I wanted to talk about was Lul Tim, man. So let's talk about Lul Tim. And I'm be referencing this report from Monsters Critic. Now, Monsters Critic, for some reason, they've been on top of it as far as hip-hop reporting recently, man. They probably put their finger on the pulse of a lot of big-time stories out there. I got part of the information from the Frosty the Snowman story from them. And for those of you who don't know, Frosty the Snowman, is a rapper from Inglewood who ended up getting shot, man. He ended up getting shot. Ain't no other way to put it. Him and his homeboy got shot. His homeboy passed away. He's been fighting for his life. And up until now, I don't think that status has changed any, man, or at least in any way. You know what I mean? So next, let's get into talking about Lul Tim, man. I keep getting off track. But man, with this Lul Tim situation, this Monster Critic story says this. I want to move this ad regardless, man. It says Lul Tim, God dang. There you go. Lul Tim denies making a song with controversial rap. Lul Tim claims he finessed the rapper that I don't want to talk about, denies making a song with the controversial rapper. So for those of you who don't know, let's talk about it, man. So Lul Tim obviously is the person who's being accused of shooting and killing King Von, right? Since then, he's basically been shot into stardom, through his antics and through what happened with the case, right? Everybody's seen the video. Everybody has been up to date on when he got out of jail or whatnot. But it seems like, man, a lot of this has hurt him into almost stardom. You know what I mean? It's weird to say that. Something like that, a tragic incident where you have a rapper losing his life, will hurl somebody into stardom. But to be real, that is exactly what happened, man. Lul Tim pretty much got put out there into stardom because of the tragic incident involving King Von. Now, since then, he's gone to do some trolling, man. Let's be real. Lul Tim has been out there putting out music videos where he's showing himself with a shovel. He's putting out videos where he's talking about all sorts of things. And even when he got out of jail, remember, he went live just to post the fact that he got out of jail and posted a video, man. I did a video on all of that stuff. So I've been watching this closely, this whole situation closely. And Lul Tim, you know what I mean? It seems like he's a victim of circumstance, but to be real, it's like he invited this attention as well. Now, what went viral was there was a report, man, they're gonna say it in this story, but let's read it out, man. Let's read it out. So the rapper that shall remain nameless claims he went to the studio with King Von's alleged killer, Lul Tim, to collaborate on a song. So basically you had that cat, man, you know who we talking about, basically pulled another clout move, man. He said that he was in the studio working with King Von's alleged killer, Lul Tim. Now, the crazy part about this is the dude has been trolling Lil Durk forever, man. And I rock with Lil Durk and they team. I like everybody from Chicago, all sides. So don't think I'm choosing sides either on that. But man, it seems like dude is really trying his hardest to get Lil Durk's attention. He will do whatever he can to get Lil Durk's attention. Like even as far as trolling the dead. Like he has no problem with trolling the dead because we've seen him do it many a time before. But dude is really taking the cake with this one because at this point, he's like, forget it, man. I'm going to actually go and try to incorporate the guy who's allegedly the shooter in the situation that took King Von's life. I mean, wow, man. I mean, wow. Like, where we at with this, dog? Like, it's got to that point where chasing clout and trolling is that serious, dog? Like, we really out here trying to cloud up off of somebody's death to that extent? But, man, it seems like people are rocking with it. Either they're rocking with it or they can't stop watching the train wreck because the train wreck is a-coming. You know what I mean? We all see something is about to go down. You know what I mean? It's like it's the worst thing in the world to say because you don't want to see anybody in this hip-hop or rap game get hurt. But dude definitely is playing with a fine line out there. You know what I mean? I know everybody doesn't want to pick sides. He has a lot of fans. But at what point is this too much trolling? Were you like, hey, the guy who allegedly killed Lil Durk's homeboy / artist, I'm going to go ahead and do a song with him and put out videos that I did with a song with him just for the clout, just for people to look at the video, just for people to say something about it and this to go viral, man. I mean, there got to be a limit, right? Or maybe there isn't. I don't know. Because if there was a limit, I think we would be at the max on that. Do me a favor, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Or yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Everybody. Somebody left a super chat. Hold up. STV Philly. Love your content. It's thorough. You don't say. Yeah. We don't say that name, man. We don't. He said 96 name. Yo, funny, man. Yeah, we don't say that name, man, because let's be real, man. STV Philly, and I know a lot of people out there in the chat or listening to this, that situation almost makes you uncomfortable because of how much clout chasing is involved, man. It's to the point where, like, when you clout chasing off a dead man, I mean, there's a difference between reporting on a dead person. sending your condolences, saying something, positive about somebody when they've rested in peace. Whoa, rest in peace, little baby. Is it somebody checking the chat? Is that real? Or is somebody in here trolling? Because I don't know. I haven't heard anything about little baby. Man, y'all stop playing, man. Quit playing, man. Y'all stop playing. But man, to be honest, man, when it comes to trolling, when it comes to people out here straight looking for clout, dude has mastered that. I got to give him his credit because he knows how to get to those things that'll make you respond with emotion. And that's trolling, man. That's all trolling. When trolling first got popping on the internet, man, when people first started getting on social media and stuff, or not even, it used to be comment boards in news stories. Like you would have a comment board in a news story, right? Somebody would get in the comment section and say something wild. Like say it was some type of like serious incident. Somebody would use something way left, maybe something racial, maybe something, something that's going to send a trigger to people and get them to type it. And then every response is met with something else that's triggering. And it continues and it continues. Next thing you know, this person who just came on the internet to read a story and look at the comment section to see if everybody felt the same way as them are now 30 comments deep in a battle with somebody who's just getting a rise out of seeing them emotionally involved. And dude is great at doing that. He does that same thing from trending, from trolling in comment sections and brought that to hip hop music. That is probably his gift to the game. You know what I mean? Even though people have done similar things, 50 Cent did it to a different extent. I mean, there was way more serious repercussions and, it was real deal stuff going on. But definitely for the bag, dude has learned how to leverage trolling and getting emotional responses and triggering people. So this move with him trying to get with Lul Tim to do a song is nothing more than that, man. It's nothing more than that. And that's not a diss to him. I think that's actually giving him a little bit of credit, even though I don't say dude's name. But man, to be real, that's exactly what this is. Now, what's the catch? This is the catch for everybody. Nobody thought that Lul Tim was probably smart enough to see that coming or to sniff that out or to say, you know what, you're not about to use me for your troll move. Even though whatever went down with dude, I'm about to finesse this situation. And according to a lot of people, that's what happened. Now, before we continue on the story from Monster Critic, because that's just reading, I want you guys to hear what Big U had to say about the situation. So this is something that Big U said. And y'all let me know if y'all don't hear this or not. And I'm taking this straight from social media, but this is Big U talking about the situation.
Lul Tim doing? Lul Tim ain't doing nothing. I talked to Lul Tim. Lul Tim ain't got no song coming.
Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all.
Lul Tim doing? Lul Tim ain't doing nothing. I talked to Lul Tim. Lul Tim ain't got no song coming out with that sucker, man. Don't believe that. Lul Tim mama said don't do no song with that boy. He kept coming down there. He came in the room with him. He came in the room and got a bag and got out the room. Hello. They might have a video of all that, man, but a player do what player do, man. Little kid went and got a bag and got out of there. Bet you ain't no song coming. At least that's what he told me, and I believe it. You know, Unc ain't doing no song with that boy. I got a bag and got out of there, got sideways. Lul Tim doing?
Okay, so you heard it from Big U right there. Let's break that down and unpack that a little bit. So basically, Big U said that Lul Tim went and got the bag. His whole reason for going and meeting up with dude was to finesse him, was to make sure he got the bag out of him, man. He actually had an ulterior motive and trolled the king of trolls, man. Now, I was impressed. Even though Lul Tim, I'm at odds if I should like him or not, or if I should, listen to his music or not. Even though I try not to pick sides, it's a crazy situation, man. It just impresses me the fact that Lul Tim might have actually came out this situation as a finesser, man. Now, that's wild to say the least. Now, hopefully you guys heard exactly what Big U said. Now, if you guys didn't hear the Big U video, let me know in the chat. I don't even need a super chat for that. But, man, I can always go back and play that back. But also, Big U said that Lul Tim, he talked to him personally. Now, for those of you who don't know, Big U is somebody on the West Coast. You know what I mean? And what he's about on the West Coast spreads all the way throughout this country. And he's pretty much the top person that a lot of people talk to for advice. You know what I mean? It's nothing criminal or anything like that, man. It's about advice, how to move in the rap game and the music when you're coming from a street aspect of the hip hop game, right? Now, Lul Tim obviously has a connection with Big U for those circumstances, right? So he reached out to him, and Big U said Lul Tim's mama told him don't do a song. So you know he came in with the finesse on his mind. Like, what in the world would Big U gain from lying about this situation? He doesn't gain anything from lying about this situation. So I almost have to believe Big U in this situation. And he put it out there that Lul Tim showed up, got the bag, and finessed his way up out the game. You know what I'm saying? He said a player gonna do what a player got to do. You know what I mean? And that's basically what it is, man. That's how you can sum that situation up. Lul Tim went there and got the bag, and he had no reason or even purpose or even thoughts of really sticking around to do a song, man. Now, this is based on what he told Big U. And this is based on what this news story is talking about as well. So let's continue with this story from Monster Critic, man. So it says this. It says, however, Lul Tim, real name Timothy Leaks, denies making a song with 6ix9ine or hanging out with the Gummo rapper. My bad, I said dude's name. He distanced himself from the controversial rapper and claimed he finessed him for an undisclosed amount of money. Dude, the other rapper, has been taunting King Von and his associates, such as Lil Durk, and has appeared to attempt to troll the deceased hip-hop artist. So basically, they're talking about dude has been, trying to taunt Lil Durk. Lil Durk is at the level in hip-hop now that it's not going to work, dog. Like, Lil Durk wins nothing by paying attention to you. Like, he's on a level so high in hip-hop right now where he's at the cusp of such a higher heights. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing he wins from even paying attention to you. So the smartest thing Lil Durk could ever do is ignore dude. And if you notice, Lil Durk has done an amazing job of ignoring dude, man. He's just been completely ignoring dude, like not even mentioning him. Don't bring him up. Don't talk about him, and let it be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of Durk's plan. And if he sticks to that, he'll be smart. Because like I said, when I was talking about trolls on the internet, comment sections, how they used to fool people into getting into these heated battles with them online, typing for like 30, 40 different posts. People who just went online just to look online, is to bring them in through emotional responses. So that is all dude is doing, man. He's using the fact that Lul Tim's situation with King Von, his alleged situation with King Von and them, is an emotional trigger. And he's trying to bait Lil Durk into talking about it, or at least give him the shine. So that way, when he posts another music video, it can go up to the top, or, he can get all the streams that he wants to get outside of the ones that he allegedly, got from other means. I'll say that, man. Because, some of them numbers, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, y'all do me a favor, man. My bad, man. I've been ignoring the chat and kind of going on a rant. If y'all have some questions, make sure y'all drop those. But everybody in here, we got about 280-something people in here. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Make sure you hit that like button. And you already know what to do with that. You hit the like button and share if you can. You know what I mean? And we going to run this thing up, man. So let's finish this story out, And then I'll get back to the chat and we'll do some shout outs as far as like where you from and all that. You know what I mean? And if you have something urgent, make sure you super chat it in. I mean, I don't care if it's just $1. It ain't about the dollar amount. It's if you have something urgent you want to say, super chat it in so I can get right to it. And I'll jump right on it. You know what I mean? So let's continue on to this story. So it continues by saying that recently a King Von mural was built to pay tribute to him on O Block. However, 6ix9ine disrespected the deceased rapper, taunting his allies for not avenging his death in an Instagram comment, according to Hot New Hip Hop. Now, Hot New Hip Hop is a valid hip hop source. I got another, I think I don't know if they have the same owner, but I also use them in Hip Hop DX sometimes for like hip hop stories. I like some of their stories. It's faster than most other places. I'll say that. You know what I mean? Besides going and getting the information yourself. Now, the whole King Von mural situation too, that brings up a point. Now with King Von's mural, I read a story earlier this week that they actually want to move it because, of his, or get rid of it because of his associations, with other organizations. And maybe I'll do a video on that, but I think everybody's got an idea on that story so far. It looks like the mural's going to stay for now, but it looks like there's people on the back end working to get it moved just because of, a lot of the crimes that King Von was allegedly involved in. And some of those we've talked about, man. It's a lot of stuff. Now, if the story continues by saying this, it says hip hop manager Wack 100 claimed on Clubhouse that the rapper that should be unnamed and Lul Tim were shooting a music video in Georgia. Lul Tim denies making a song with him. Now, you can see a post from DJ Academics right here where he posted this video right here and he put it on his social media account. And in the video, let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and play this video. And you can see what looks like Lul Tim, right? Tattoos the same, haircut the same. It's in that weird black and white, camera focus, like a security camera type. And this goes to show, Lul Tim probably didn't even know he was on camera. Let's be real. This goes to show how far cats will go to troll, man. Let's play it one more time because there's no sound to it, really. Oop, my bad. But as you see here, man, my bad. I forgot if you click those things twice, it takes you to the site. But as you see here, boom, there it is. You know what I mean? And basically, man, Lul Tim was getting photographed or videoed without his own knowledge, man. So at what point were they going to disclose that? So if Lul Tim did finesse him, I don't feel bad about it, man. I do not feel bad about that situation at all. You know what I mean? Because Lul Tim, he has no allegiance to dude. And dude, man, is just doing what he does for his benefit. He's not looking out for what anybody else is or what anybody else got going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's actually go down and see if there's any more in the story. Yeah, there is. It says, Lul Tim denied making a song with 6ix9ine despite the camera footage published by DJ Academics showing the two rappers in the studio, which we just saw, right? The Georgia rapper said he was mistaken for Cap Street, who also denied hanging out with Duke. So Cap Street, he says that wasn't him in the video. It was somebody else by the name of Cap Street. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. If I look at that video, to me, it looks like Lul Tim. It looks like Lul Tim in the studio. He might just feel embarrassed that he got caught on camera and didn't know he was being filmed. So he said, nah, man, that wasn't me. It was somebody else. But if it's true what he's saying about getting the finesse bag, maybe he is telling the truth. I have to leave that out there. Excuse me. Now, it goes on to say, Tim claims he will never make a song with a rat, alluding to Dude being a confidential informant following his arrest in 2018. Obviously, that's a well-publicized story. Everybody knows Dude was a CI. Once he got arrested, it was like he turned over the day he got apprehended, so it was wild, man. Now, in quotes, it said, TF, and you know what that means. Do I look like doing a song with a rat? Emoji. Lul Tim wrote on his Twitter and added to his Instagram story. The Quando Rondo affiliate explained that he lured Dude into the studio, tricking the rapper into thinking they were recording a song. That's how you get a cat to think you're going to do a song, duh. Lul Tim says, adding, I reeled him in. So basically, Lul Tim is saying that he reeled Dude in and got the finesse bag out of him. You know what I mean? Just let him know that, showed up to the studio just so that he could see him going to the studio. But really, he just wanted to show up, get the bag, and not even record because he'd rather get that bag and pull the finesse than actually do the song. Now, there's another post made by DJ Academics right here. Or actually, man, let's look at the other one. And it plays a video from Lul Tim, I believe. So let's actually push that, see if that works, man.
Man, keep talking about the song, man. Show me the song. Play the song, please. I bet money ain't no song. I bet it ain't no song. That nigga got his ass finesse. Game. And talk about talking about, you don't hang with no rats. Nigga, your cousin a rat. Nigga, Monterio told on True. That man True still booked. Montero done got booked, came home and got booked again. Scoot still doing time by that shit he told on, boy.
Man, there's a lot of parts of this, but I want y'all to listen to all these parts so that way you know I ain't fronting on any of this and you can see the whole story built. So Lul Tim put this out there as well in his story, obviously, and it said this, and DJ Academics reposted it. It said, "That's how you get a cat to think you go do the song. Duh, I reeled them in. Bet it ain't no lyrics or song. Y'all don't know how to pull no stunts." So basically, letting it be known once again that he pulled the finesse move. Now, he's been screaming this a lot, but is it a point, I mean, at one point, do you think that he's been screaming this so much that it might just be a build up for the switch up? You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden a song comes out and that way it gets way more views? Or do you think that he's honestly true about what he's saying? Like he wholeheartedly showed up there just for the finesse move. Now, in the final post, it says this. On his on his Twitter, he obviously said this. He said, "TF, I look like doing a song with a, rat emoji." Basically saying the same thing that he said before. Now, there's another post that he made, that DJ Academics made. So let's check this one out as well, man. Since we going through all the posts, let's go through all the posts. And before I do that, hold up, man. Let me do my due diligence, man. Let's see. Is there anybody in the chat? Okay, we good? Hey, 300 people in here. Make sure you all hit the like button, man. Let's try to get up to 200 likes if possible, so that way we can spread this video around. So let's get back to the story, though, man. All right, so in this post with DJ Academics, he said this, man. "Them not my people. Me and my people was already gone with his money. You see who I left out there with internet gangsters." So basically, he's saying in this video that we're about to see that these aren't his people. Like, even though they look hooded out, they look like they could be his homeboys or something like that. He had already previously left with the money, left with the bag, and them dudes was left there talking to dude. All right, so let's play that. My bad, it doesn't play. I thought it played, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It was actually just a post. And that was a post about that video that was circulating. Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, hip-hop social media personality and reporter DJ Academics claims Lul Tim lied and intended on making a song with dude. He also claims that Lul Tim's people reached out to dude, contact details, which Academics said he passed along. Academics also claims that Tim discussed signing a record deal with the Goober rapper and got permission from the judge to do a collaboration song with him. So basically, he's saying that, well, DJ Academics, according to this report, once again, I ain't got no problems and no beef with DJ Academics. Don't put that out there. You know what I mean? Now, on this, they're basically saying that DJ Academics confirmed that Lul Tim was supposed to do the collaboration song. Now, at one point, is that a part of the finesse? Maybe he did say he was going to do this song, and he said, forget that, dog. I'm not doing the song, but I'm taking this money, and what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? As foul as that sound and as wrong as it sounds, I mean, that's a possibility too. Maybe he knew that they were cool and he just fooled them all into saying, hey, man, yeah, I'm going to do the song. Yeah, I even talked to the judge. I'm going to do this song. And guess what? Let me get that. Where the money at? Okay, that's the money? Okay, man. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. You know what I mean? And I'll be right back. And brr, tires screeching. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. Because somebody obviously in this situation is not telling the truth. But even according to this story in DJ Academics' account, they said that he got permission and he discussed doing the song or whatever, but they said he had planned. They didn't say he completed the song. So Lul Tim might be telling the truth. Now, finally it says this. It says, in response, YouTube video, Academics claims that Lul Tim backed out of recording the song because dude told Wack 100 about the potential collaboration he revealed on Clubhouse. Like, what? Why would that matter, though? Why would, if he wants to do a song with him, why would him telling Wack 100 have anything to do with the collaboration? I mean, you show up, you get the money, you put the song out there, just based off of the hype, it would skyrocket. I know for a fact, after doing this a while, that song would go crazy. So if it was all about the song and it was all about the money, it would go up. You know what I mean? That's for real, man. That's for real. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Something doesn't add up. Either Lul Tim is a dude of principle who has who is willing to finesse somebody to get the bag, or he's fronting and there's really a song he's working on and he just didn't want everybody to know it, man. So I don't know who's telling the truth in that situation. But man, let's actually dive back into the chat real quick, man, before we get to our final story. So the final story, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on this Lul Tim situation. Based on this story from Monster Critic, this one right here, they're basically saying that Lul Tim finessed the dude, man. He finessed him out the bag, you know what I mean? Got it right up out of him, you know what I'm saying? But do you think that Lul Tim is just saying that to save face because he didn't want people to know he was doing a song with him in the first place? Or do you think that, man, him, Big U, and everybody involved, you know, on his side that's saying he was there just for the finesse is spot on, man? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Now, the last story we're going to talk about is rather serious, man. Trigger warnings all over this thing because this is probably one of the saddest stories you're going to hear. You know what I mean? And let's actually pull it up, man. And I think it was an article from Hip Hop DX right here. All right, so this story is about a rapper by the name of Germ, you know what I mean? And his girlfriend. Now, this is probably one of the wildest stories you are probably going to hear all week. That's why we say this one for Saturday morning, man, because this is a wild story to say the least, you know what I mean? Because this has a tragic ending. Like, there's no other way to soften the blow, chop this up. It was a tragic ending. I appreciate everybody hitting the like button, man, getting it up to 76 likes, 77 likes. Do me a favor, though, man. With 375 people to help the video out, man, I probably need like 150-something likes, 200 likes. So if everybody who's in here, no matter how long or how short, could hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it, man. So let's turn up on that like button, man. Let's do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look at the chat here for a second, and then we're going to get into this final story. So we got cats from, I'm doing some catching up. So we got some cats from everywhere. I see Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. What's up? Okay, North Carolina, always. Chicago in the house, always. What's up, Chicago? Everybody throwing them rad emojis up in there. Yeah, man, when you're talking about a certain type of person, man, that's the kind of story we going to do, man. Thumbs up emojis all over the place. Yeah, man. Oh, somebody said, this is one of the later comments, somebody said that Lul Tim is really pushing the envelope since he's fighting a body charge. You know, he's fighting a murder charge. Let's keep it real, man. You guys are doing great on the likes too, man. Could y'all run them likes up? Make sure y'all run them likes up, dog. So that way we can get the likes up to like 150, 200. That'll be that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? 150 to 200. Charlotte in the building. NYC in the building. I see y'all. Flint, Michigan in the house. All right. Ann Arbor, Michigan in the house, man. That's what's up. Raleigh, North Carolina. I always see Raleigh. Florida. Okay, man. Everybody in the building, man. That's what's up. So, man, hopefully you guys, man, learned a lot from them last two stories. And, man, you got an even bigger lesson to learn from this story that we got coming up. So, man, let's talk about Germ, man. Now, this is a wild situation, you know? It's rare that we have two Atlanta rappers that I talk about or even have to discuss that I'm not even super familiar with. Now, a lot of people said that Germ was affiliated with the Suicide Boys. Now, the Suicide Boys, for those of you who don't know, are a hip-hop group. It's a collective. I think they're two brothers or cousins. And, you know, they're Caucasian cats, man. And they've got a way of making their own spin on some of the old 666 Mafia, 3-6 Mafia beats. And they have been killing it, man. For a while, when I was checking, like, the streaming numbers, maybe like a year ago or a year or two ago, they were always in, like, the top 100. So whatever they were doing right. But they famously got sued, man. Now, since then, I don't know what's up with them, man. I don't know what's up. Maybe they went into the kitchen to cook up some more of that sound and try to do something more based on their own merits and their own beats. But who knows, man? Even though, you know, it is what it is, or people were saying they were doing what they were doing, obviously their fans loved it, and they had a huge following on that college circuit. What up, Charlotte? What up, Louisville, Kentucky? Yeah. We in here. Philly, what up? But, man, so let's talk about Germ, man. Now, I wasn't familiar with that affiliation. I'm basing that off of everybody telling me in the chat, and a couple other people saying something or messaging me on the side here. But man, let's get into the story about his tragic situation with his girlfriend. So this story is from hiphopdx.com, and it says this. It says Atlanta rapper Germ watches girlfriend get kidnapped hours before she was shot dead. You know what I mean? Like I said, trigger warning on this. We don't advocate any of that type of violence or anything, especially against ladies, nothing like that, man. This is wild, man. It's sad. You got to watch your people. But, man, when I watched, I'm going to be honest. Let's keep it real. When I read that headline and said that he saw his girlfriend get kidnapped, I was stuck because ain't no way in the world I'm going to watch somebody abduct my lady and I don't go out there and risk my life to try to help her or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no way in the world. Now, I am not blaming him. I don't have any issue with dude. I don't think he did anything wrong in this situation. But that's wild, man, to see that and your initial reaction isn't, oh my God, I got to save her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be your initial reaction, in those situations, But, I mean, that's how I feel personally. I don't want to judge dude, you know what I mean? So the story says this. It says Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta rapper Germ is mourning after his girlfriend was reportedly killed last week. According to CBS 46 News, 27-year-old Miriam Abdul Robin, yeah, I think that's Abdul Robin, a popular local bartender, was found dead on Friday, August 13th. Friends and family said she was kidnapped in front of her home and then murdered, man. Now, what's wild is I did some reading on this story, like the whole, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, they did been keeping up with the whole case. And it's heartbreaking because it's so many things that could have prevented this from happening, on a legal standpoint, man. It's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating, man. So the story continues by saying this. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution adds Germs, I think his name is Germ, told a 911 operator he watched as a man held a gun to his girlfriend and forced her into an SUV. Her body was found roughly 4 hours later outside an abandoned home on Lakewood Avenue and had been shot multiple times. So that is crazy, man. Like, why in the world would anybody just randomly abduct somebody and then just shoot them and, leave them somewhere, man? And for him to have seen it, like, he called 911 and, that's what he was supposed to do. So none of that weird talk, man. He was supposed to do that. So, man, there's so much in this story that leaves you to think, like, man, what in the world is going on, man? What in the world is actually going on here? Because none of this makes any sense, as far as what we commonly know. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously there's some other things going on in the background. I'm going to just say that, And this isn't blaming the person who lost her life. Not that at all. Don't think I'm doing that. You know what I mean? But the story continues by saying this. But Atlanta police have already arrested a suspect by the name of DeMarcus Brinkley, who they believe is the girlfriend's killer. Subsequently, he's been charged with murder, aggravated assault, kidnapping, false imprisonment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Germ poured his grief into an Instagram post and shared several photos of his girlfriend during their relationship. He also noted a GoFundMe had been launched in her name. And in this post, I'm going to read this out, and I'm going to try to paraphrase because he uses some strong language. He said, "Man, today is different feeling. I watched my real-life best friend ripped away from me. Then this weirdo had to take her life. Mess is sick. I don't know what to do. Is stand still, but I'm going to make sure they remember how selfless and happy you were." So basically, man, he's saying this weirdo dude, man. If you read the story, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? That dude is, we ain't even going to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? But, man, he's basically, venting about the fact that he had to see this happen in his face, man. That'll make you really want to do something. And, I ain't no street dude, dog. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't get into nothing crazy. I do what I do, as far as this is concerned. And I live a simple life, you know what I mean? But this is proof that sometimes that's not enough. Even if you're a rapper or whatever, you got to be on guard and ready for whatever in this world, man. Because it's some wild dudes out there, man. I don't know what they be on. Now, in quotes, if he says this, he finalizes by saying this, and sorry for the mess ups, but I'm trying to edit out some of the, the words that he uses that aren't, YouTube friendly. He says, "You didn't deserve this, and Miriam forever. GoFundMe link in the bio. Thank you for all the love and support. Send all this energy up for Mers." I guess that's her Merms. I guess that's her nickname, and that's the picture of her right there. Now, a lot of people on social media talking about this situation, especially a lot of the hip hop sites and hip hop blog sites and whatnot, and fan pages and whatnot. And man, it's disheartening, man. It's hard to believe that something like this would happen, especially right in the dude's face. You know what I'm saying? And if the dude has a gun, I'm gonna be fair. If a dude has a gun and he's abducting somebody in front of you, and you don't have a gun, like there ain't nothing you could do, man. At that point, you're helpless. Now, it continued by saying Brinkley's criminal history stretches back to high school. He was arrested for stealing a teacher's iPod and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like one of those things I can't even say. And let's scroll up, man, because I don't want that on the page. But man, let's go to the end of the story. It actually finishes out by saying that, they basically had like an outpouring of love for the girlfriend in the situation. And they basically met as a community in Atlanta, and they talked about the situation all together. You know what I mean? And it also talks about, his post that he put under his page again. And there's a picture of everybody. I guess they painted a mural in her memory and, just put it out there that she lost her life over some senselessness, some weirdo dude, man, out there doing some crazy stuff, man. And he's probably, if he's found guilty, he'll probably see a whole bunch of time. You know what I'm saying? Or some dude who allegedly did some stuff, because I don't know for a fact, but the evidence they got stacked against him is pretty good. It's just a wild story, sad situation, and a learning moment, man. Sometimes, man, you got to be ready. Ain't even though sometimes you got to be ready out here, dog. Because, man, life ain't as sweet as we think. Even if you live a simple life, if you doing the right things, you just chilling, minding your business. People, man, there's weird people all out this joint, man, who all about some crazy stuff. And this is a tragic story of one of those things happening, man. Wow, man. Wow. Now, I hate to end on a sad note. So, man, let's actually go back to the chat. Maybe get a little bit into this Lul Tim story. And I'll actually do some shout outs, man, as we close this thing out. Now, while everybody's in here, and we ain't done, so we still got some more time. Don't get me wrong. We're going well past the hour today. But do me a favor. Make sure everybody, we got 442 people in here. Do me a favor, man. Let's at least get over 200 likes, man. Let's try to get 200 likes on this joint, man. Let's do that. You know what I mean? And then let's dig in the chat and actually talk about this Lul Tim situation or whatever y'all want to talk about. Because I wanted to think about, there's a couple other stories that we could actually touch on as well, man. Which is, man, one, I'm hoping, man, it don't get me shut down, because I was debating if I was going to do a video on it or not. And that's basically this whole streaming thing, man. Has anybody seen this stuff about the streaming? Actually, man, let's not touch on that. Let's not touch on that. We can touch on that some other time. We can touch on that some other time. All right, man. So in the chat, what we got? Everybody's talking about Dwayne on goddamn food. All right, man. All right. So let's do this. Now that we got through our three main topics, man, I just want to touch on, man, let's talk about this whole Lul Tim situation going forward, man. So with Lul Tim and them going forward, basically it looks like, man, he's going to be playing cat and mouse with the other rapper, and no pun intended. And then we'll definitely keep locked in to see how this thing materializes, because this has become just a crazy show, man. It's become a show of who can get the most clout and who can do the most clout chasing things out of all these camps. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to be like, man, when do you just make music instead of clout chase? You know what I mean? It just seems like everybody is about this clout chasing movement and this clout chasing time today, man. And I'm waiting for you guys to respond to see if anybody wanted me to touch on any subjects. It looks like somebody said they think that Lul Tim is the police. Nah, I don't think that at all. If Lul Tim was the police, he'd be so deep cover. It would be better than Lawrence Fishburne in Deep Cover. If you ever seen the movie Deep Cover, Lul Tim is that would be the most deep cover I ever heard of anybody going ever in the history of hip hop. You know what I mean? Unless Tip is a cop now. T.I. has been getting those rumors forever, man. Everybody has been saying that T.I. is undercover or whatever. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. All right, man. Now I'm not gonna stretch this out any longer. I mean, I appreciate everybody who came in here this morning just to talk about these 3 stories. I wanted to change it up before we close it out because that last story was rather dark and a cautionary tale for everybody out there. But I'm going to be, as far as like Paperlove, I'm going to be watching him in the future. And I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this Lul Tim situation. You know what I mean? Hold up. Remember as a case? Okay, no problem. I'm on that, bro. I'm on all those stories. Also, man, got a story coming out. Still working on it about Baton Rouge, man. We talking about the whole Baton Rouge situation. And there's some more variables in the whole Boulevard quick. And, man, I'll probably go live later tonight. So if you guys have time, I'm probably going to go live later tonight around probably like 6 o'clock Eastern. So Eastern time, 6 o'clock. And we're going to talk about the whole Boulevard quick not Boulevard quick, my bad. Sleepy, man. God dang. I can't remember dude's name. The TBG rappers, man. I want to say it's like Boulevard Sleepy and I can't remember the other guy's name, man. But we're going to talk about them as well. So check back in then and we're going to talk about that as well. And if you do me a favor, as you're leaving, man, make sure you hit that like button, man. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button. Let's push it up to 200 likes, man, before we get up out of here. And this been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this out content. And we out of here. Shout out to y'all too, man. Everybody that came in the chat. Peace.